So I'm just going live a little early, letting people roll in. I don't have like an intro to the show or anything like that, like I used to do. This is going to be more vlog style. Uh, but welcome, one and all in one, as redundant as that is. Okay, so first of all, I thought I had figured out my audio last time, and then I listened to it, and the audio is low as heck. So please tell me how my audio is right now. Um, I don't want you to need to turn your speakers all the way up to hear me. You should be able to have your speakers at halfway and still hear me. So, hey man, what's up, Ben? Happy birthday, buddy. Belated, I'm guessing, right? Happy birthday, man. A little quiet, right? Yeah, I thought so. No, I was quiet last time, and I haven't messed with the settings yet, but I'm gonna because I want my volume to be a little louder. I advertised this thing as beginning at 3:30, so I have time to like figure all this out before people are expected to start showing up. Yeah, bud, you're welcome. You're welcome. So this is the free version of this streaming platform, so I can't change like the background and stuff like that. I will eventually do that when I decide to pay for this thing. I do like it. Um, it's versatile, but I don't know. I haven't like fallen in love yet. So just as I'm singing its praises. Yeah, I know. I'm back. That was my fault. I fucked up. Am I back? I hope I'm back. Yeah, back. Okay, cool. Uh, there's a little bit of a delay. I found like a bigger delay than StreamYard had between when I say something and you guys respond. So uh, if I'm a little late responding to you guys, that is why. Please be patient with me. It's a new system, learning the ropes. I'm trying to find the volume control on the platforms side because I have my mic levels where I want them, or at least I think I do. So Ben, I have been gone for a while. Please catch me up if you're not immediately leaving. Catch me up on where you're at with your books, man. Like I know what you have four out, or you have three out, and the fourth is coming out. The fourth is out, and the fifth is coming out. I'm behind on everybody's stuff, man. I look forward to the day that everybody has audiobooks out because I'm gonna hop on everybody's. Uh, all right, it's got to be in settings, right? But no. All right, audio. Yeah, no volume control. Advanced settings, no. All right, all right, all right. Still working on number four. Going to take a while on that one. Hey, man. Look who you're talking to. I am, however, officially 20% on book two. On first draft of book two, I have a completed zero draft. Um, so there's more than this, but yeah. I like the ticker. I like the animations. They're clean. Yeah. I hate this thing, but that'll go away when I decide to pony up the dough. I'm near the end, but I'll need to take a long time to edit and cycle through before I work with a professional editor. Your 20% is my 100%. I'm aiming for 85,000 words. I'm not quite at that. I'm at I forget. Because I forget if my 20% is calculated from the 150 that I eventually hope to bring it down to, or the 200 that I'm being more realistic about. So I forget. But yeah, you're right. I read a lot. Um, so let's see here. I'm also streaming on Twitch. Heidi ho to Twitch people. What up, y'all? Um, that's new for me, but everybody's telling me start doing that. So I'm doing it. I swear to God, I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it somewhere. Uh, uh, Unless I don't. All right. If that's the case, then I'm gonna need to. Okay, I got it. I got it. Turn down the gain on the mic just one click, but then increase my output to stream to, let's call it 95% because it was down around 75. All right. Uh, Ben, tell me, how much of a difference does this make in the sound? Is it better? Is it worse? Um, Better meaning louder but clear, no static. Worse being anything else. I don't want any static. I don't want any, white noise. 85,000 words though, if I'm not mistaken, that's is that would that not make it your biggest one? Much better, you're louder and clear. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Am I loud enough to where you don't need to turn me up all the way? Like you can have me at a 50% on your speakers and hear me clearly. That's what I'm looking for. Um, because on playback, on playback, these sound issues suffer. The video suffers. All right. It's 3:20. We got 10 minutes before I kick things off proper. I'm gonna go ahead and prepare my side of things over here since it sounds like we're good on sound. All right. All right. So I'm gonna go over here to my query letter template. Uh, Ben, I don't know if you read the description to the stream or not, but your boy's trying to go legitimate. I'm gonna try my hand at Trad Pub, and so step one right now is I'm working on landing me an excellent literary agent. We shall see. We shall see. First book is 95, 2 and 3 are 90. Really? They feel so much smaller than that to me. It's probably because they move at a clip. They were such quick reads. I also read journals, so that makes sense. Thanks, man. Thanks again. Yeah, no, it's it is what it is. I just took the bandages off because I'm letting it breathe a little bit. This is just the arm. Uh, The leg is worse. But this is much better. I have been very diligent with the care. You should have seen it the day of. It was gnarly, to say the least. Gnarly. All right, where did I put that query letter template? Because I need to redo it. There it is. Got it. All right. Hey, brother. What's up? How are you? I love the name change. Aphrodite's Creative Chronicles. I like it. I like it a lot. So, because I am making a slow sort of return to all of this, excuse me. I uh I'm going to, I'm not going to put all the bells and whistles on these things. I'm not going to have like all the animations and all that stuff. I used to put a lot of time and effort into that, and I don't know why I still have these since I'm not doing sound check anymore. I don't need them. um yeah, I don't even remember what I was saying. Right, I'm not gonna dress up the shows and put on like a production like I used to. Uh I'm gonna try to be a little more real. Yes, please hit the like button. Woo, bells. No, no bells. No bells, no whistles. That's not true. Eventually, I'm going to choose whether or not to pay for this thing or try a different one. And once that happens, inevitably there'll be an opening animation and all that kind of good stuff, background music. I can't help myself. I'll get rid of this stupid thing. But yeah, man, like I used to think of the shows on my channel as shows, and like I had like a schedule, like this day, this time, and all that's great. That's awesome. That's what you're supposed to do. Consistency and all that kind of stuff. Um, but I always thought of it as like TV, as like a show, and like I needed to put on like a production, and uh, you know, I started to like really think about the videos that I like to watch on YouTube. And there are two kinds. There are the ones that are like cinematic as all hell, right? That are basically a movie where they're using drones to get drone shots and stuff. Like they're really going all out there for their YouTube videos, and those are awesome. Or there's a dude in front of his camera doing a vlog about something and just being real. And I don't, my drone camera sucks. So this is what we're doing. Um, Take your time and do you. We come here for you. That is so sweet. Thank you so much. Yes, that's the idea, to kind of take it a little easy on my comeback here, ease into things, and be a little more vloggy, at least with the Chronicles series. So it'll just kind of, don't dress up, take it off, take it off. Not these days. You don't want to see what's underneath. Not that you did before, but but now you really don't want to. Yeah, don't encourage him, please. That's not allowed on YouTube. Uh, oh man, somebody tell Richard that. I don't think he's heard. All right, so I have my template open up, but I'm writing a new one, so I'm gonna have a blank slate as well, and that's the one that I'll share with you folks. So what I'm doing today is I am reworking my query letter for a new agent that I'm after. Every day I send it to a new agent on my list, and tailor write each one. I mean, I do have a template uh, to start off of, but I personalize each one for each agent that I'm approaching. Um, One one feature that I like about this new platform is it has a little timer feature on the comments. I can set how long I want a comment to stay on the screen for, like in the settings. So I don't have to remember to close it. But I also I put it up for 90 seconds because I figure a minute and a half is more than enough time for anybody to read what was on the screen before it goes away. And by that point, I'm answering the question and stuff, moving on. That's a nice little feature. That's one of those things that I'm looking for, a little quality of life upgrades. Uh, so, but I figured that since we're starting officially in 2 minutes here, I figured that since this is sort of the comeback and this is Chronicles and this is, vlog style stuff, this is Captain's Log. Um, I will I'll start at the beginning and share the story of like why this is all happening. Excuse me. I will come back and rewatch. I am filming all day tomorrow. I need to get the sets prepared and actors in place, all that jazz. Girl, handle your business. I you don't need to answer to nobody. You go handle that business. You do you. So I've officially left StreamYard. I haven't officially replaced it. I'm trying this out. I tried it yesterday for the first time. Uh, there's a bit of a adjustment curve with the sound. So I was not happy with yesterday's sound. When this is over, I'll see how it plays back. I could see now actually, going on YouTube. It's a good idea to check. But yeah, I'm just kind of testing it out, seeing what I like about it, what I don't like about it, is if it's worth paying for. Um, okay, so the time delay is much shorter. That's good. I'm noticing a much shorter time delay. Cool, 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 cool. Volume is decent. I wish it was louder. I have my headphones at half power. I'm turning them up to 100. See, the way it sounds at full power is the way I want it to sound at half power. So, all right. So I'm gonna turn it up from 95 to 100% and see how that goes. It's fun to talk while you're doing it because you can hear the difference. Um, all right. How about now? This is as high as I'm gonna go because this mic picks up everything. Like the kids are right there. I'm pretty sure I can hear the birds. Can you guys hear the birds? The birds are downstairs and across the house. All right. Anyway, that's gonna have to be good enough for me. I'm gonna close YouTube and I'm gonna take these off. Um, I don't plan on producing any videos. I plan on everything being live streams. Um, like I said, it's gonna be fairly low key kind of stuff, but there are a lot of different kinds of topics and videos and whatever that I want to go through. So, hmm, next time, finding the right spot for this thing is another pain in the ass, especially with this keyboard. I have a new keyboard. It's like an ergonomic dealie. Um, one of those where it's like split or whatever, so you don't this way, so you don't have to bend your hands like this. Especially now after the accident, I'm like really thankful for it because I can't. That hurts like hell. So yeah, I've got a nice little keyboard that I can. I love it. So comfy. So yeah, Martin, I'm working on replacing it. Right on. Um, Please feel free to throw any questions in the chat as I go through this. And I didn't prepare anything. I didn't write anything. I figured I'd just talk. So most of you know that the last 12 months has been fairly rough on my household in general. My wife, who has a heart condition, went through a heart surgery meant to um, meant to improve her quality of life, and it didn't. The procedure gave her blood clots, and then it turned out that the surgery didn't take, and that's bugging me that you can see where the faux wall ends. This thing is so like flimsy and old; it's like falling apart. Uh, we gotta laugh, don't we? We gotta laugh. There we go. Here we go. Here we go. That's as good as it's gonna get. That's not bad. All right. So, yeah. So the heart surgery didn't take, and it gave her blood clots and something to recover from for 6 months on blood thinners. Um, I had to take care of her for a lot of that time, and that meant missing out on a lot of work, which meant dipping into our savings. What little we had, that's all gone. And so once she was well enough, she had been trapped in the house at that point for almost a year and a half, not just from the recovery, but from me switching careers to a job that's very far out of town, where it's very uh, uh, what's it called, inconvenient for her to drive me out there, pick me up in order to keep the car. Um, so I would have the car every day, 5 days a week, and she would be stuck at home with the kids. Um, and obviously she loves kids, but stuck at home, can't go out, can't drive. I mean, you can go outside, but you can't go anywhere. So I wanted to give her the car back. So I used what little money I had from uh, my new paychecks to go ahead and purchase a cheap mode of transportation for myself, a scooter, and and give her back her car. And so she's happy with her car, and I'm riding a scooter to work. And suddenly, my 45-minute commute has turned into an hour and a half. And, and, it's not saving me any money on gas because the thing has a gas leak. So I'm getting that fixed. So that's costing me money. And I can't drive all the way out there. And at the same time, I was trying to get uh, promoted. Yeah, promoted. I was trying to get promoted at work. We had a program at the greenhouse where the technicians, those of us who work on the plants, had levels. And so everybody starts off at a tech one, and you can move up to tech two, which gives you more responsibility, and you kind of like help run smaller teams and fill in for the leads when they're out sick, stuff like that. And higher pay, much higher pay than level one. And then there was even level threes, and the whole point was to give us range and things to aspire to before the inevitable leads, who my leads had been there for 8 years. They weren't going anywhere. um, and so I asked for a promotion to tech 2, That sounds good, bud. Um, I just had some fried chicken for lunch, and I think it's pizza night for dinner. So that's gonna be awesome. Um, right on, dude. Enjoy your chicken teriyaki. So, where was I? Right. So I asked for a promotion, and it was a situation where um, I was the only person up for it. You know what I mean? Like everyone, all the other Tech twos on my schedule were gone. There was no Tech two left on my schedule. We needed a Tech two, and I was the only person working in my greenhouse on those Fridays and Saturdays. So it made absolutely no sense to make anyone else a Tech two but me because I was alone on Fridays and Saturdays. I was already running the joint. My pay should have reflected that. And my manager, who had taken over for the guy who I trained under when I got hired, he left, and this guy took over. He explains to me, "Oh yeah, that's not a thing anymore. We don't do Tech ones. We don't do Tech twos. There's no raise. There's no higher position for you. You just do the job that we tell you to do, and you get paid what you get paid. And once a year, everybody gets a raise, and that's it." And the raise is not like anything that's going to help me live any more comfortably, or pay my bills on time, and that comes once a year, and it was far in the future. There was no opportunity for moving up, no opportunity for progressing in the company other than waiting for one of the leads to leave, and then everybody scrambling for the same job. Like, no. um, so all of that was going on at the same time as all the stuff with the scooter, and my wife getting the car back, all that stuff. So all of this at the same time. On top of all that, again with my wife's heart condition, I needed to be closer to home because every time that there had been an emergency and I was way out at the farm, it took almost an hour for me to get to her. Um, and my old job that I left to go work there was 10 minutes from our new place. So I called my old boss and I asked to see if she was hiring. I pitched her the idea of night audit because I know that everybody always needs a night audit and nobody wants to work a night audit. And lo and behold, she needed somebody to work night audit, and she hired me back. And so I left the pot farm, and I'm back at the hotel. And I never wanted to go back to hospitality. I don't want to be there now, but I'm 10 minutes from the house, and I have writing time again. So there's that. But all of that to say that I was on my scooter one day, not even on my way to work, which is what I normally would use it for. No, I was going to get my son's medicine. Um, and some gentlemen were crossing the street, not at a crosswalk. They were jaywalking in the middle of the road. It is a two-lane road where the cars are going very quickly, and there's only the coming and going. So there's a lot of cars. And these gentlemen are crossing the street and stopping in the middle of the street because there are cars coming the other way. And so I am hugging the right side of my road because I'm going to pass by them. And they're in the middle of the road. So if I hug the right, I'm away from them and I can pass by them safely. Um, it was raining, and I was almost on them when one of them decided to double back all of a sudden. He didn't check for the cars, he didn't check for me. He just turned around and started running back across the street to to my side of the street. So now he's in front of me, his buddy is to my left, oncoming traffic beyond that. So I only had one way to go, and I made the knuckleheaded newbie mistake of using both brakes instead of just the rear one. The front brake, for those who don't know, sends you flying. Never use it until the bike is almost completely stopped, and even then, you shouldn't probably use it. Um, and so I went flying, and I shaved off a few layers of skin, and I fractured my fibula and was out of work again for some time, and more money lost there. So it's been a time, fellas. It's it's been quite a challenging time. Um, I am back to living paycheck to paycheck. Likely not even that because I have missed some days. So I'm anticipating a very small paycheck. Anyway, buy my book. Um, listen. So the thing is, it all made me like face my situation, and I had to say to myself, like, look, you've been doing the indie author thing, and albeit I've only put out one novel, I know that it's in the time that I've put out that one novel, Martin has put out five. So like, I certainly could be putting out more content. I get that, but in the time that I've been doing the indie author thing, both before and after publishing, I have put in my all. I have done everything by myself for the most part. Obviously, there's editors and whatever, critique partners, of course, and beta readers and all of that, and it has been great. But I'm talking about like the video productions and all that kind of stuff, all the other stuff that goes into it, and marketing and uh, all the publishing side of things. It's a lot. It's a lot. And it gets to and so many of us are out there doing it, so it's not that it's impossible. It can be done, and some are even not just thriving but wealthy because of it. I know that, like, it's a thing, it exists, it's achievable, and it's why I tried in the first place. That, and as I said yesterday during the stream, this fear of like giving up control of my content, right? Like what I can and cannot put in my books. I didn't want anybody to don't tell me what to put in my books, and that's not a thing. Apparently, like every author tells me that that's not a thing. Um, so you know, false fears and insecurities, and ultimately, I I went indie because I wanted to try to do everything myself. And indie is a great way to do it. It takes time and it takes a lot of work and a lot of content. And the kind of books that I want to put out are not the kind of books that I can put out two or three of them in a year, or even one a year. And so I'm the kind of stories that I want to tell is more for like a like prestige format, like event kind of distribution thing. And so, hey man, trad publishing, right? Like, let's try it, because conceivably you're getting a smaller piece of the pie, right? Supposedly. But if the pie is infinitely bigger, that smaller piece will be infinitely bigger than what I can make on my own, at least in the same amount of time, right? Um, so my first thing that I did was I called my friend Nina. She was on the show on live stream Sunday, way back in the day when it first started out, and she was that kind of like miracle uh, story. Not that she was like an overnight success or anything like that. She's a phenomenal writer and she works really hard. But she landed a literary agent, and that agent got her book in front of I forget what the title of the imprint is now, but or what it used to be, but it was an imprint of Disney. And so yeah, so like her first novel was published by an imprint of Disney. Like, that's crazy. Like, that doesn't happen. That's a miracle story. But she has since stayed in the business, and she has switched to a different publisher, one more realistic, if I can say that, because anytime somebody tells me that they're doing something with Disney, I'm like, what are you, a unicorn? How did you make that happen? But but yeah, she's with a good company, and she's putting out books like crazy, and she's doing well, and I'm proud as hell of. I'm so very proud of her. Um, so I called her for advice. I called her, and she pointed me towards some good resources for finding um, literary agents, some good resources for researching literary agents, and that kind of stuff. So that's what I've been doing. I put together a list of agents. From that list, I've already I broke it off into groups, and so last week's group is done, and and we're starting a new group now, and so this will be the first agent from that group that I'm working on today. I'm going to hopefully write the query letter today. I don't have to finish the whole thing on stream. If I don't finish it on stream, I'll finish it on my own later. And and I have night audit shifts tomorrow night and Sunday night, so both times I will get plenty of this done. But yeah, so I just decided to bet on myself on this one. You know what I mean? Like, you know what it was, and this this was a part of it. Okay, not the deciding factor. I already said that there was other parts to this decision, but one big part of it was when the Read Now book club did my novel, because it was it was Kaufman, Courtney, and Maggie, and it was Maggie's third time reading my book. And when she said that, it blew my metaphorical hair back, because because I've never read a book more than once that I didn't absolutely love. I've never read a book three times that wasn't one of my favorite books of all time. um, Now, I'm not saying that that's Maggie's case. I'm saying she wouldn't have read it more than once if it was garbage, if she didn't like it. She read it more than once. And she's not the only one. I believe that Ben has also read it at least twice, if not three times. I forget how many times Ben has read it. I think at least twice. And anyway, so Maggie's read it three times, and a lot of the issues with the text that the other hosts brought up, Kaufman and Courtney, which are all legitimate concerns, and some of them were on the nitpicky side, and some of them were more important and more serious, and needing addressing. And I had heard them all before on other book clubs, on other streams, other people talking about the book, and I always wish that I could respond, because I have answers to all those nitpicks, and they're all in the book. But it's a big book, and folks take a while to read it. Understandably, I take a long time to read those big books. It took me a month to read the third Stormlight Archive book. Um, I get it. You forget some of the stuff that was laid down in the earlier chapters. Um, and so it makes sense. I don't hold that against anybody. But for every question, problem, or nitpick that the other two hosts had, Maggie had a response for it, and she was very complimentary, of course, but more importantly to me, knowledgeable. She understands the she understands the book. She gets it. She knows what I'm trying to do. And she likes it, and she gets it, and she can defend it in an argument, in a critique. Um, and when I saw that, uh, I, I don't know, that that was big to me. To me, that's a big deal. The fact that there exists someone somewhere in the world, someone who can discuss my book knowledgeably. Is that a word? Did I say that right? Look at me, the author. Um, and I thought I could do this. That's my line, Martin. Uh, that is my line. Yeah, dude. Yeah. So I don't know. I owe a lot to Maggie and that particular live stream because it awakened something in me. Uh, but coupled with all the stuff that's been going on, I decided, look, man, I need to go big or go home. Oh, dude, too strong. Here we go. Um, no, dude, the fact that anyone has read my book, let alone as many people as have, um, but yeah, man, like I feel like I've accomplished something very special by writing that book. It's not perfect; it needs another edit, but you know what? It's gonna get another edit, and I'll put out a new edition, and it'll be great. I'm not worried about that. Ultimately, I think the story is good. I think my characters are cool. I think my world is interesting, and I have a plan for the series that I think is pretty fun. And every one of the novels is going to have a different sort of flavor or vibe, but it's all the same world. It's all the same. It's all going to flow well. And dude, like, I think I can sell this thing. I really do. Like, I think I can sell this thing. And yeah, man, I want to be in Barnes and Noble bookshelves, right next to Brandon Sanderson. You know what I mean? I I I do. I want to be on the New York Times bestseller list. I do. And it's not about like showing off for the acclaim. It's like I want to be successful. I want to be successful because I'm tired of freaking living like a hobo. Not that I'm living like a hobo with my friends, with my friends mug. Seriously though, I have two kids. I can't live paycheck to paycheck, man. Enough is enough. And I think I'm good enough for big time shit. I just do. So I'm ready to bring it. I'm ready to put my money where my mouth is. Um, and this wasn't easy. I had to cut ties with what was my partner in the business. Um, my best friend since second grade. We're still best friends, but he's not a part of Books by Adrian anymore. And that was a hard talk, and that was and that was the the final like linchpin to everything. If I didn't have his blessing, and if we didn't have a clean parting, then I wasn't going to go through with it. um but thank God, everything went well. He's a good dude. He knows what's up. And I'm also gonna make it up to him royally when the time comes. But yeah, dude, I'm looking for a lit agent, and it's an interesting journey to be starting because I'm looking for a partner. It's like dating. You're trying to make a connection with somebody, over, in this case, over my creative endeavor, over my writing, my books, my and deciding to collaborate our careers, you know, for them to be my book's biggest champion, and work their ass off to sell it to major publishers to get me the best deal possible. All that's good stuff, man. Like it feels intense. It feels big, you know. Feels like a big deal. This thing clogged. There it is. It's my medicine. It's a painkiller strain. Um, I've also been using a balm, a cannabis balm, on my scalp to treat the psoriasis, and it's clearing up quite nicely. I'm due for a fresh shave, but thank God for weed. Right? I hate that it cuts off my head. All right, so query letters. Um, I don't have anything in the description below because I'm unprepared for this whole endeavor. It's supposed to be kind of impromptu and free bally, but one resource that I have been using quite heavily, and I will share it on the screen here if you'll if you'll bear with me. Ah, there it is. All right. I'm going to move this over here. We're going to add this to the screen. All right. Wait. Okay. Where is my... Oh, studio mode. Durr. No, that's not it. That's not it. I am flabbergasted. All right. Where are my screen controls? Oh, can I just move them? What is happening? There's supposed to be like presets. I'm confused. How odd. Uh, so much for learning a new system, right? All right. So, um, meaning what book am I querying? I am querying Mythic: The Face of Gaia, book 2 of the Mythic series. Um, and obviously, since it's book 2 of a series, the idea is if you're buying it, like, the option is to also republish the first novel so that the series remains cohesive. I would take down the original publication and they would republish it. Most likely with a new cover, something to match whatever cover they give the Face of Gaia. Obviously, this is far in the future kind of thinking, because I'm just looking for the agent right now. Who knows what the publisher will do with it? But that's the manuscript that I am shopping around with the agents. I am including like a what's it called? Like a review catch up kind of dealy about the first novel, um, like a line or two, and then going straight into the book that we're querying. Um, with the added, bonus on top of all that, that I have the whole series mapped out. I have five novels. I have the series outlined as five novels, but also I have the intention of releasing a novella and a short story collection between each novel. So it could be as many as 15 books when the series is complete. And then I'll start something new. um, Whenever that is. So, manuscript wish list. Let me know how this looks, by the way. I suppose, again, I could just open up YouTube, but um, I suppose I will. It doesn't look too bad. All right, so manuscript wish list. Pretty cool. You can you can find agents here. Search guide, right? You can go with the one-click smart links, or you can go with a custom search, which is what I did. You go in here into the custom search, adult. I'm gonna show you my search for my book. My book is adult. I am looking for agents, literary agents. Uh, I'm not looking for editors today, but it's good to know that they're here, right? And consultations available would be nice. As far as genres, so I've got BIPOC thriller, BIPOC mystery, BIPOC literature. We're gonna go with literature. Um, we're going to include crime because that's a big part of both the first and second books. Um, Now there are spicy scenes in my book, but it is I would not classify it as erotica, so we're not going to click on that. I would not call it family saga fantasy, certainly. LGBTQ. I have those characters in lead roles. We have, and you know what? We can probably. This is so odd. How come it's different? I had a thing where like you could just click on. Oh, I know why. Because I'm doing this. Is that why? No, that's not why. I really wish I understood why this is different than the last time I did it. Is it dynamic scene? Ah, that's what it is. It's dynamic scene. Okay, okay. Add to scene. There we go. Now we're talking, and I can easily click on it to embiggen for you guys. I can easily return. I can easily embiggen. See, we're learning. We're learning. We're figuring it out. We're figuring it out. Right on. All right, so continuing with this, what else we got in here? We have science fiction and cyberpunk. I'm going to click both because my first novel can be a little cyberpunky at times. The new edit is going to kind of kick that up a notch, so to speak. As I'm going through the edit on Mythic Shadow of the Spark, I am one of the main complaints that folks have is the unimaginative names that all the locations have, and so I went back and I'm replacing all the names with more cyberpunky cool names. So anyway, cyberpunk is in there, and I think that's going to. I can also click thriller. All right, so all of that stuff. I'm not going to click any nonfiction stuff, and I'm going to click search. All right. And now it comes back up here and boom. So now it's going to show me all of these different literary agents that fit the criteria that I am looking at. In this case, only one page. Why? Because I clicked on a lot of stuff. If I want to be a little more general with my novel as I'm pitching it, I would eliminate the crime, the thriller, and the cyberpunk, and I would search again. And now the same people, not a big difference. One last try. We're going to remove this one. Yeah. Let's see how many that gets us. All right. Now, this list is 5 times smaller than the last time I checked it, right? Um, and I was getting more hits with more options here. So that wasn't it. But what it is that this website allows the agents to let it know when they are accepting query letters and when they are not. And so in that time, either most of those became unavailable, or I've already sent them query letters, because this also lets you track which ones you have sent so that you don't send them again. And it also has a timer for when is an appropriate time to like give them a nudge. From what I'm gathering, most of these agents will turn around and respond to you within 4 to 8 weeks. The website recommends that you do not nudge them for anything less than 3 months. Like give them 3 whole months to get back to you. And if at that point they haven't gotten back to you, then a nice, like, polite nudge is okay. Um, so this site is cool because it lets you do stuff like that. Once you click on one of them, we're gonna go with this. This it tells you here generally what the agent is into. Um, Commercial, family, saga, fantasy, general horror, humor. Excuse me, literary, new adult, short story, adult, new adult, young adult. And you know what? I think at least 3 of these I've already eliminated as possibilities on my list and did not send them a letter, because it also tells you, and I'll show you when I open one up. I think this is one that I did that with. So let me open her up. Excuse me, open up the page. And so it also tells you specific wants, which is great, right? And then it says middle grade, that's all and then I am not a good fit for, right? Books with over 100K. Already I'm disqualified. So I just didn't, I eliminated her as a possibility, and I didn't send her a query letter. Um, as far as what they want, it's pretty cool because it tells you, let's go for adult fiction. Here we go. In adult fiction, I'm looking for what some editors have called literary plus, meaning literary fiction driven by storytelling elements and propulsion, most often found in general fiction. Here, let me embiggen this. Excuse me. In genre fiction, excuse me. Beautiful writing and an original, confident voice are a must, as are complex characters whose clearly defined desires and motivations bring them to life and drive the emotional stakes up. I'm especially interested in BIPOC and LGBTQ plus characters, which is what drove me to look into her page here more closely in the first place, because I saw that she's into that, and that's what I have. Uh, Characters with a hidden agenda, dark wit, plots that situate characters in circumstances we rarely, if ever, expect to see them in, and novels that critique capitalism, colonialism, institutions, cultural trends, obsessions, and other elements in society, which also describes my first novel. So, on a different site, I would see that and immediately message her, sent her a query letter. Uh, and again, the list of the bullet points of specific wants, very detailed stuff, favorite subgenres over here, very very helpful. But that whole idea of the things I am not a good fit for, that is so essential to saving time. I would have wasted time on this particular agent, my time and hers, right? Because she would go through it and be like, "Oh, he's got all this stuff that I'm interested in," and then it's a giant book that she has no time to read, and she's passed. You know, makes sense. All right, let me see. I recognize these faces, so I have a feeling that I've already eliminated these possibilities. Submission guidelines. Okay, this one is not quite as detailed. Not looking for previously published books, so that's why I didn't go to her with my first one. But I can still go to her with my second one. Let's read on. Doesn't want post-apocalyptic terrorism, viruses, animal abuse. I don't have any of that stuff. Animal death, dark and depressing. Dark but depressing. I don't know. Poetry, hard sci-fi. She doesn't want hard sci-fi. I don't think I would describe mine as hard sci-fi. Space opera. I don't think that mine is space opera yet, but already we're getting a little too close. We're dancing on that line of things that she's not looking for. My third book, as my current plan is, would be categorized as a space opera. So mythical fantasy. She's not looking for mythical fantasy. My my book's series title is Mythic. This is one of the people that I decided not to send a letter to. Um, Now this has no picture, which makes me feel like I probably didn't click on them before. All right. This does ring a little familiar. And I know I remember clicking on this one because I thought that she was the actress from The Good Place. Um, where am I? An adult fiction. Fiction that features food service restaurant culture. Very specific. Satire and humorous fiction. Southern settings. Italian settings. Gritty and realist writing. Dark humor. I'm open to novels that fit these categories but have some genre fiction elements. Um, yeah, I think I'm too genre for her, right? Too genre. All right, this person has very few details, which to me is immediately a bit of a red flag. But they do have guidelines here. Um, Guidelines for submissions. She represents graphic novelists, which is pretty cool. Get it off the. Ba, 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 ba. Looks like she's mostly interested in picture books. Yeah, their website is in here. Their social media is in here. It's pretty useful. Mythic, the cooking book. You know what? Uh, I can't imagine ever putting out a cooking book. I was about to, I was about to play along and be like, "Oh, we could do something in between the novels where we cover all the food." I'm like, I don't focus on food much in these books. In fact, what little food stuff there is in there is getting cut as I'm doing this edit. Like, yeah, I'm trying to get the word count down a bit because I'm putting the prologue back in there, and that's like 10,000 words. So I need to cut about that much from the main text, so as not to mess with the size of printing and all that stuff. Lord of the Rings is essentially a modern cooking book where Frodo describes a long walk he took between meals. Um, no, no, it's not. Maybe a little. I have spent more time talking today than I had planned on, and I'm running low on time, so I might not get to covering the query letter itself. But oh, okay. So I also have over here this gentleman. I was going to be the one that I was going to send a letter to today, and I'm still going to get to it. I just wanted to make sure again that he's a good fit. I remember it seeming as such. Aside from the below checked boxes, I love hearing from voices that are typically unheard and will always be open to commercial fiction and nonfiction, self help, business, technology, fantasy, science fiction, intriguing studies of interesting subjects, art, making of, yada, yada, yada. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Special place in my heart for sci fi and fantasy with a strong sense of style and prose and voice. I also would enjoy representing YA. I'm not YA, but I've got that first sentence down. At the end of the day, I want my curiosity sated. All right, cool. Now, um, all this stuff is pretty standard to what I've been sending people, unless they ask for otherwise. But let's check it out again over here. BIPOC literature, cool. Oh, I wonder if he didn't show up because he's no longer available. Did I miss my window? I think I missed my window because he didn't show up in my search. He's in my, I had him bookmarked. Bum, bum, bum. Let's see. Okay, so the agency's website says that they are accepting submissions, but he personally, I don't know if he is. Damn, I may have missed my window with him. That's too bad. I'm gonna look deeper into that. But this is one of those things, right? This is what I'm learning is that this is a hell of a process, man. Finding an agent, and not just finding one to send a query letter to, but finding 50 because you got to play the numbers, right? That's my goal is 50. I've sent out 5 so far. All right. So sitting here with my knee bent has been a little hard on my knee. I'm not going to get to all the stuff with the query letter template. I will make that a priority in part 2. This has been a part 1, and short, sweet, to the point, nice little hour. But I just wanted to kind of ease back into doing streams again, and I need to get off this leg, but get it elevated. But thank you guys for coming. Thanks for being here. Thanks for participating in the chat. It was good to see you guys, Martin, uh, Ben. What's up, y'all? It's good to see you. Miss you guys. Uh, Aphrodite, Aphrodite Lee was here earlier. Sorry, I got tongue tied. And it was good to see her. Party on, Wayne. Party on, Garth. Yeah, thanks, man. I'm gonna do my best. Um, yeah, I'm gonna go ice my knee and maybe take a shower and wrap these back up. I always have them wrapped. I just unwrap them for a little while, let them breathe. Um, but yeah, it's crazy, man. Crazy times. Wish me luck on going pro. Uh, who knows? Maybe you'll see a Netflix adaptation of Mythic someday, right? It could happen. It could happen. Peace out, y'all.